cold open. I used to think my mind was broken. Not in a dramatic way I could hold a job, hold a conversation, hold it together, but underneath all of that, there was this constant hum, a running commentary on everything I did. Before I could enjoy a moment, I was already analyzing it. Before I could feel something, I was already asking why I felt it, whether I should feel it, what it meant about me. I spent years like this, genuinely years. And then, one afternoon, half listening to an old lecture while doing dishes, Alan Watts said one sentence that took the whole thing apart in about 10 minutes. I want to tell you what he said, but first, I have to tell you what it was actually like living inside that noise. The problem being in your head doesn't feel like thinking. It feels like narrating. You're not just having a conversation with a friend. You're simultaneously reviewing your own performance in it. You're not just lying in bed. You're replaying a sentence you said 3 years ago and cringing at 1 a.m. The strange part is, it feels productive. Like if you just think about the problem hard enough, long enough, from enough angles, you'll finally arrive somewhere solid. So you keep going and going. And somehow you never arrive. What I tried. I did the things everyone tells you to do, meditation apps that told me to clear my mind, which, if you've ever tried it, is like being told not to think about a pink elephant. Books that gave me 5-step frameworks for presence, which just became 5 more things to think about. I tried willpower. I tried journaling my way to the bottom of it. Every method assumed the same thing, that if I just tried harder to stop overthinking, I'd stop overthinking. It never worked. And I didn't understand why until I heard Watts explain it. The Watts moment. Watts had this idea he sometimes called the backwards law. The premise is simple, but it undoes almost everything we're taught about self-improvement. He said, the more you try to grasp at water, the more it slips through your fingers. Squeeze tighter, and it's gone faster. But hold your hand open, relaxed, and the water just sits there in your palm. Peace of mind works the same way. The very act of straining for calm is what keeps you agitated. You can't force yourself to fall asleep. Trying harder only wakes you up more. You can't force yourself to stop worrying. The effort of trying not to worry is worry, just wearing a costume. Here's the part that actually broke something open for me. Watts pointed out that the you trying to control your thoughts is not separate from your thoughts. You think there's a little pilot in your head steering the plane, and the plane is your mind. And if the plane is out of control, the pilot just needs to grip the wheel tighter. But there is no separate pilot. The gripping is part of the turbulence. You cannot get outside your own mind to fix your own mind because the fixing is happening inside the same system that's causing the problem. So what do you do instead? Nothing, in the way we usually mean do. You stop trying to solve the noise and instead just notice it. Not analyze it, not judge it. Just let it be there the way you'd let a sound in the next room be there. It's not that the thoughts stop, it's that you stop being at war with them. And the war, it turns out, was the whole problem. The shift. Once that landed, small things changed first. I started walking without a podcast in my ears. Not because silence is holy, but because I realized I was using noise to avoid noticing my own noise. The first few walks were uncomfortable. My mind reached for something to grab onto and found nothing, like a hand closing around water. But I let it flail. I didn't try to fix the flailing. I started sitting with feelings instead of immediately trying to solve them. Anxious before a meeting? Instead of building a mental case for why I shouldn't feel anxious, I just let myself feel anxious for 90 seconds without a single thought about what it meant. It's strange, the feeling that used to spiral for hours would just pass, because I wasn't feeding it with analysis anymore. None of this made my mind quiet. I still think constantly. I still overthink sometimes. But there's a difference between thinking and being trapped in thinking, and that difference is the whole game. Takeaway. The goal was never to stop thinking. Watts wasn't selling a blank mind. He was pointing at something much simpler. Stop thinking about your thinking. Stop grabbing at the water. If you want to try this today, here's the whole exercise. Next time you catch yourself spiraling, don't try to stop the spiral. Just notice that it's happening the way you'd notice weather. Oh, this is what my mind does when it's afraid. That's it. Don't fix it. Don't judge it. Just watch it. Hand open and see what happens. Close. I wasted a lot of years white-knuckling my way through my own head, trying to outthink my thinking. 10 minutes of a decades-old lecture did more of that than any framework ever did. If this hit something for you, I'd genuinely like to know what your version of trapped in your head looks like. Drop it in the comments. And if you want more of this kind of thing, subscribe. I'm going deeper into ideas like this every week.